Hello there, today we're going to give you an honest review of RuneScape DragonWilds. Now this is probably one of the better of the new games out this year, which is kind of disappointing at the end of the day. This game is, basically an upgraded version of Valheim with the simpler assets because we don't have any digging or anything like that. So there's no random ores underground, no modifying the terrain or any cheap things like that you can do. It is just all standard, just a standard map with resource nodes. So yeah, you want to go there mining. There's going to be a spot where there's going to be big platform with ore nodes on it. That's going to, you just go there and mine it and then come back later because it respawned. That is how the mining and farming, all the stuff is done in this game. Same with the trees. These are basically tree nodes. Basically, that's what they are at the end of the day, and they'll regrow in the same spot over and over again and actually destroy them throughout this game. So yeah, other than that, it's some of the major concerns I had when I first started this game was that it is a server first game. So yeah, that is a pain in the ass thing to do. That is not a way that these games should be played. These games should not be a multiplayer first and then single player second. You're going to lose a lot of content and playability and variety, and all the stuff that makes these games good at the end of the day is ruined because they went server first. And that's what the major mistake of Valheim was, is going server first, and they really screwed that up by candering and candering and hand holding all the people that wanted to play multiplayer. And that is a ridiculous thing to do when these games like that, and that's how you ruin it. And making that first is a bad start. And same with the third person. You don't want to play these games with third person. Sure, your attacks are all nice and flashy. You got all these special attacks to watch and all that kind of stuff. But eye candy aside, that's all it is. It's just eye candy. Just having all the special effects going on there is, at the end of the day, as I said, eye candy. And it doesn't help with your playability very much at all, especially when the weapons really end up sucking for the variety. You can't really basically use the two-handed weapons very effectively because they're so damn slow, and axes and the swords for two-handed just don't hit the target. Like, there's the guy right there. I attack him, you missed him because your attack went straight overhead him, and your weapon just passed right through him. He hits you, you get staggered back, you hit again, and you're dead. Then you have to do the body run because you can't just keep all your gear up for the body. You have to run back to where your body is, which is another cheap pain in the ass thing you do to waste your time, as if with the all the extra farming you got to do. And of course it's flashy, and you level up so fast. So here we go. You see this probably a lot. Here we go. We're cutting down trees real fast instead of actually doing it manually. That's not too bad, just cutting them down. But they chop down into 4 different pieces each, and then you got to chop those pieces up to actually get some wood. Or you can cast a spell and do that slow casting. But there you go. You got some free wood for yourself. It's not a bad way to do it, but it is really slow for the cooldowns on it. You got the same thing for mining, and that's what you get when you level up, besides the other lame-ass parts of the leveling up thing on your skill tree here. They had to add this all together because there is nothing really to them. They want to try and advertise, and all this stuff is all flashing in your face. -1 stamina. You level up so fast and so easy, but it's just all flashing. You get -1% stamina thing. Same for your weapon, -1% stamina for your attack cost. That is it. There's no variety. There's no nothing for two-handed weapons. There's nothing for weapon and shield style. Nothing for the individual weapons, for hammer versus axe, to level up and make your character different. The same thing is going to go for the ranged. Nothing. They could have at least put the -1% stamina cost thing down there to level 50 and left the other places blank because they don't know what they were going to have yet, just to have something. It's early access and all, but this is kind of unexcusable at the moment if you don't have it done yet. But you do have other things done that shouldn't have been done first. This should have been done a little bit before the rest. Sure, only up to 50 versus the 100 you want to get to eventually, but yeah, it still is kind of ridiculous for how lame and simple it is with what you get out of it for these skills. So it's just a lot of flash, and there's no content in there whatsoever, in my opinion, yet on there. And yeah, the game doesn't pause. So server first, you don't pause by looking through all this, so you can't check your journal, you can't check all your recipes. They're labeled poorly. There's lots going on here. Which one's the potions? Well, that one I know is the potions because I memorized it, but it should have something on there saying, hey, this is for potions, for other things crafted. The symbols sometimes don't work 100% on there. You can tell that one's for mining, but what's this symbol here? I don't know. That's a rune symbol, I guess. Here's for armor because of the helmet. Rings, nothing at all. And your spell book is another thing. You get one spell wheel. They don't even have the option to have a secondary spell wheel by clicking on it, like most games do. You have to go there, and you only have so much room for your spell, so you can adjust it as you see fit. But you could have just had a second wheel. That would have made it a lot easier. Other features in this game involve your base gets attacked, probably depending on the power zone you're in. That's what they use in this game, power zone versus biome. You have all the standard workstations for these type of crafting games. They do the upgrade stations, like that's an upgrade station right there, and that's an upgrade station for this one right here. But that's all they have at the moment, is to upgrade the loom and upgrade the tannery for yourself. Very small workstations, so that's the smithy right there. And the armor in this game is pretty standard too. You got either 3 sets of armor for your character. Your character doesn't level up in any way. There's no skills or anything like that either, other than the weapon ones you learn for that and secondary skills. And then yeah, you get the 3 pieces of armor, and they all have the same step bonuses. So all the different power level variants of your armor that you get in this game for your ranged combat is going to be the same stats right here. You're going to have stealth speed, you're going to have range of your attack stamina, and weak point damage for that. And the same is going to be for the the armor on there. You got the block stamina reduction, and you do more damage on triggering blocks. Basically, it's all crit chance after blocking. It's all about blocking with the plate armor. And then the mage gear on there is get the stamina delay and the conjuring time, which doesn't really work very well, and the 15% crit for your magical attacks on there. So yeah, that's all that you're going to get for set bonuses. And right now there's 4 tiers for gear right now for power level rating for your stuff. But a magic staff versus a bow is like, they both use ammo, but the ammo for the mage staff doesn't weigh anything, and carrying all the heavy arrows is just a pain in the ass, and crafting them is harder too. But yeah, they have masterwork weapons, so there's that masterwork shield for killing the guy in the game right now. I got that right there. We can check out that. So yeah, I killed the dragon, and it's one of the first times I actually killed a boss and didn't die the first time. So I killed him the first try. So that's what the shield looks like. It's kind of hard to see that in that kind of light. There you go, a glowing shield. You got the skill book from him too, so it's not too bad to have a skill book that gives you 500 experience and ranged in magic also. But since there's no skills in it, it's kind of useless at the moment to go ahead and learn that. Probably stays over since my skills are leveled up on there for my skills. Where are they? Yeah, I got level 3 and level 7 on them, even though it doesn't do anything that we know of yet. But anyways, yeah, the other thing in this game is going to be the armor, which is involved around the runes right here. So you can craft these little ward stones for yourself, and that gives you a temporary blocking power for stuff. But you have to keep reapplying it, which means more farming. And these are all the runes that they have right now, except for the water. You can't craft those. You can find them. But yeah, you can't change the stuff on your magic staff, so you can't change the runes. At least I didn't figure out a way to actually change what my runes are. It's probably too early for that, but later on, magic might be cool because you do have all those other runes that you can use. So you're not just doing air attacks, and it's based on the runes on here. So you could do astral damage or law, whatever that is, fire damage, and all that kind of stuff. There's water. So yeah, you can have all these different effects for later on, and they might have different spells. But it's not in the game yet, and it is still pretty standard with that skill tree you saw, which is pretty lame. And really, it's just pretty lame at the end of the day, having just that for your skills. But yeah, the building is very fast and simple though, so we can cover that. Lots of snap points, easy to navigate, and it has structure stuff on there, so you can't just build wherever you want to build. You have to worry about have it being stable and stuff like that. It does have all the build options that Valheim has for the angles and all that kind of stuff. Well, most games will have that now too, right? So it has the 45-degree angles, the 60-degree angles, the thin and thick, and then all the other different angled roofs and stuff like that. So it has all these decorations here. It has a whole bunch of decorations too, like decorations for every object in the game. Has like 3 different decorations that you can use, but they didn't do the skill. So make sure you get the decorations and all your skins out done first before you actually have actual game content versus fluff and making different colored torches. Their priorities aren't really set straight. The small little slider bars here is garbage. Like, what the hell? Not everybody has a 60-inch monitor to play on to be able to actually click on that easily. So going over there, I have to go there very slow before I can click on it, and then I can actually scroll through my shit. It's just another pain in the ass, waste of time. Get your head out of your ass and realize that people aren't using big monitors. And for the love of God, I wish one game out there would actually fucking have a slider bar which is actually big enough to actually, you have all this space right here. You can make the slider bar as big as you want to make it easy to access to do that. And it would be nice if the mouse didn't actually go so slow at sliding around here to actually navigate that stuff. But that would be another improvement too. Yeah, other than that, it plays fast. It's a low-end computer, and this is what the graphics look like on the lowest possible settings. So the graphics are good. Logging in and out of the game is very fast, at least. We don't have to worry that. The food in this game is kind of bland and sucks for its effects that you have, and you have to keep eating and drinking all the time to get these things, and it's kind of slow to do it for yourself. But yeah, it's okay at the end of the day. The whip is a nice, awesome thing to have. So they have the Mastercraft weapons, and the whip is one of them. This is, the special attack sends out a stun, which will hit the guys and stun them. And it's also fast like a dagger, as it is for its speed on there. So yeah, it's a pretty good weapon to have on there, and you get that by killing the special abyssal creatures out there. And I found 3 locations where they can spawn. One right there, and one over here that I know of. There's probably some more spots, but that is where I found them so far. They don't spawn there all the time, and sometimes they're delayed when they pop in there, so you might not see them. But that's where they are, and that's where you get the ingredients. You have to kill them more of them to actually repair the whip too, which kind of sucks. But they're not too bad to kill, especially if you're using a fast weapon. But like I said, with the weapons in this game, you're in for a bad day if you want to try and go, hey, I want to go try 2-handed weapons. I tried that. The 2-handed axe is utter garbage. You'll swing and miss guys, and then your combos are screwed up, and you're toast, and you're so slow. Same with the longsword. It's the problem is the range is the same range as a melee as a one-handed weapon. You need you need to increase the range of these things a lot, and increase the area of where you're actually hitting guys a lot. I strike overhead and you miss the guy, and the weapon passes right through them. And that's a game changer right there. That just makes it suck at the end of the day. The hammers have that less of effect on that, so they're okay to use. You still will miss guys here and there, but they will actually swing, and they have a bigger area, so they actually hit the guys instead of actually swinging through them for their impact. So very thin and a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit better. But the speed is what really matters in this game. So having a fast weapon like a dagger is just going to be a game changer for your character. So you have a lot more attacks. Yeah, sure, you're doing less damage, but the speed is just way better than how slow the other weapons are, especially when you're going into combat with a whole bunch of other guys. You don't have enough time to do like a 4 or 5 hit combo with a big weapon to kill a guy, but you do have enough time to pump off like half your combo with a small dagger dodge, and then finish them off real quickly and kill them off fast that way. And then the ranged weapons, they're no good in close combat. They're slow to use, that type of things. They're slow to wind up, so you don't really want to use those either. So I ended up just using a whip, and that's about it. And you have to use the staff for some ranged guys that are out of the way, if you want to. There is the jumping kind of sucks in this game, but there's a jump spell, so you can cast a spell, slow to cast it even, and then you can jump up there. You still take fall damage, which is sad for sometimes, but if you're just jumping like that, if I jumped off of here, I might take a damage off of that, which kind of sucks. But that is the way the game is for the gameplay. Really slow spells, and not much for weapon enchantments yet. You got wind and fire. That's about it. It doesn't look like you can stack them. They're not permanent. They don't last very long. You can find a lot of, let's carry on and go over to the, we can sleep in the daytime, because in the nighttime you just can't see shit. The torchlight is no good. There are just lots of issues with this game that they shouldn't have done. Like, the server first and the third person and all that kind of crap is just not a good idea at all. So I gotta drink water again. Yeah, there's no global inventory, by the way. You do have a fast take all and fast fill for your chests, but you can't craft stuff and have all the ingredients just pop up on your inventory like most games have these days. And they should really have that for convenience. They just don't have it in this game, and I don't know if they probably will, because Valheim didn't. So we can copy off that. So let's go to that harder area over here. Oh, here's good now. So this is the the map right here, the different power zones that we have. I don't know if I covered this yet, but yeah, the different power zones, different areas. Go over here first. Power level 3, 1 and 2 over here, and then level 4. And this zone here is the worst zone because it's always raining, it's always lightning. The lightning has like a 50% chance to hit you. You want to cast a spell, you're going to get hit by it, and then not be able to dodge. It's pretty sad because it's just so fast. The AOE is big and fast, and it's just a pain in the ass at the end of the day. So I have to run over here so I don't take much damage for fall damage. But yeah, there's a guy here. Here he is. He found me. So I'm just going to attack him a couple times. I don't want to finish my combo because that kind of stops it. Use a special attack here. Stun him. Right? Oh, there's the lightning dodge. Oh, you can't interrupt your attacks, and dodge doesn't override it, which would be nice, but slow delay on that. Just keep stunning him. They do have a cooldown for that, so they can't be constantly stunned. You can't stun them. See, look at that. He has a fast cooldown. He has a fast get up time, so they do have that going for them. So you can't just spam stuns on the guys and knock them down. They will get up faster, for continued attacks. So it's not totally cheap having the weapon, but it is still. See, there's another lightning. It's just constantly. I was still in the area. Bullshit. It's just constant with this stuff. Then you have the dragon attacks too, which is like every 30 minutes of gameplay, the dragons will attack you. Dragon will attack with poison everywhere. You're not going to attack? Okay, there you go. Dodge. Come on. Oh, it's going to attack you. Dodge. Go that way. Okay, don't go that way then. Stupid sheep. I only hit the button once. It's not very responsive. Yeah, see? Get hit by that fucking thing. There you go. Gonna die. Got it. There we go. Yeah, I lost all my armor and lost most of my health. I'm too close to that guy again. Stupid sheep, should have killed him. But yeah, that's what combat is like in this game. And if you don't have the proper gear and you're not paying attention, you could die easy. Then you have to do the body run, which really sucks for yourself. But there you have it. Sheep, and ram. You really want to have your weapon enchanted, because even though these guys are level 3, you can just kill them easily enough now with this weapon. I'm trying to do the stun and then go over there and do that. Just a slow reaction time and all this stuff. For a game that wants action, the reaction time is pretty slow on the keys, and when you press the button, it's just kind of a delay every time you press a button. You can't interrupt your own actions, which kind of sucks. But then, it's convenient placing teleport places all over the place too, right? So you do have that. So you can teleport pretty fast anywhere you want, as long as you bring the materials to craft the teleporter. You can destroy them and get all the materials back. So there's lots of good things with this game, but being creative and having multiple ways to build your character is just not one of them. It's just one straight line for those skills. Pretty lame at the end of the day. You beat the dragon, then now what? There's nothing else to do in this game. Besides maybe build a better house, because this house kind of sucks. It is kind of a lame build, but I don't need anything fancy, just as long as it's going to hold my stuff. That's about it, right? That's all you need. And close the door. There you go. Now you guys can't get in. There's no spike defenses for when guys attack you or anything like that. There's raiding parties at nighttime that will just come in there and attack you out of random. So you're walking around, you're being hunted, and then you get a whole bunch of guys coming in there and attacking you, and then you'll have a whole bunch of guys coming and attacking you on a base raids, and then you have the dragon flying by and putting poison all over the screen for 2 minutes that you gotta dodge, because you can't actually kill them and fight them until the end of the day. So that is the rundown of this game. That's what you're going to get out of it. Lots of flash, lots of ching 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 when you level up and get all these special effects and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, there's not much substance to this game. It is, I think, it's still better than Valheim at the moment, because Valheim really shut the bed on catering to all those multiplayer people and really slowing down on those updates, and they were pretty much crap at the end of the day. Very disappointing on those updates and how slow they were and what they were like. And this game wants to follow the multiplayer part of it, so that's going to be a problem. And the third person is a problem too, that you're going to end up having. Well, the major problem, I guess, right now is they went with decorations first versus having something for ranged and magic, and that's all they have is melee, ranged, and magic for the skills. It's pretty pretty lame, pretty slim, and pretty linear for your character build. So you can't really build anything special at the end of the day. Everybody's going to have the same character and then do the same thing, basically. So if you build your character and you want to do melee, well, I got melee gear. I can put it on there. I'm the exact same as your character because there's nothing to differentiate your skills whatsoever. So kind of disappointing in that regard. So take that into consideration when you're going to get this game. Right now, it's probably a little bit too early to bother. I would wait till a major update happens and you can actually have another area to go to besides these 4 that you can do. So I would wait until you actually start this game, until you actually get to the next area is unlocked, and then by then you should have ranged and magic skills, and some of the balancing issues will be fixed, and that can be addressed too. So they might have a lot better gameplay functionality by then, and hopefully they do that. Like have the game pause when you're going into menus, and pause on this screen definitely, but definitely you want to pause it while you're looking through your journal and checking out your recipes and stuff. You need that to happen. You can have that turned off for multiplayer, but you play with 2 people, the game is twice as easy. So yeah, if you beat the game with a friend or anything like that, or a couple, it's not really going on there, unless all the guys have 100% more hit points and damage and stuff like that, and you don't. Then you can get one shot and die faster. But that's what most of the bosses are like already. So yeah, 2 hits from the boss will kill you. So yeah, just make sure you are pumping up those runes when you do get hit. But it's all about the powerful dodge roll, and there you have it. You hit the dodge button, you're invincible. So yeah, that's a game like that. So not very challenging at the end, especially if I can go there and kill the boss and not die the first time. fighting him. So there you have it. But anyways, that's just my opinion of the game. Overall, I'm going to give it, I'm not going to give it the 5 out of 10. I usually give games like this because it is a little bit better than that. It's definitely not going to be, it's far from perfect. It's still early access. It has room to grow, but its potential is limited if they're going to cater to decorations and skins and, you know, the multiplayer people. That's not the way to go for these types of style of games. They don't fit, and especially, you know, the third person. If they, you know, they really got to fix that kind of stuff for these games and try to make a real game instead of actually just, you know, make a buck type of thing and flashy content and stuff like that. But overall, some of the stuff is very fast and easy to use, so it is playable on a low-end computer. So yeah, 6 out of 10 is going to be my score for this, with potential to be a little bit higher depending what they do and with the layout and stuff like that. It's still early access, and hopefully they do spend some time putting in like descriptions that are proper and fixing small little narrow sliders like this, because that's a really shitty thing to do too. So hopefully they get their head out of their ass and start addressing some of those minor issues instead of worrying about different decorations and skins and shit like that, because that's a small thing versus a bigger thing that might be an issue later on for the quality of life of this game. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.